Today's Tuesday of the last week of a 4-week sitting session. We've got a 2-week recess coming up. A lot of the focus today is on the budget, both in the questions and in the debate. First question from the Leader of the Opposition to the Prime Minister, does she stand by all her government's policies and actions? Then there are 2 finance questions, both about the budget, one from Kiritapu Allen and one from the Honourable Amy Adams, both to Grant Robertson, who gets a further question at question 7, asking about the Minister of Health's budget bids. Judith Collins and Maria Lubeck are both asking about housing statements and the budget. Nikki Kay is asking Chris Hipkins, as Minister of Education, whether he agreed with something he said the morning of the day, but before he became Minister of Education. So that's a tricky little parliamentary approach. Melissa Lee, once again, is asking the Minister of Broadcasting whether she stands by all her policy commitments. Jan Tinetti has a question to the Minister of Education around education and care for children aged 6 and below. David Bennett is asking the Minister of Corrections, does he stand by all his decisions and statements? I think that's predictably around the Waikeria development, although one can't tell from that sort of question. And then the last 2 questions are to the Minister for Māori Development, one from Nuk Karako and one from Reno Tirakatene, both asking about the budget and the benefits to Māori of matters within the budget. It's not often that the Ngāi Mahuta gets a question, and I think it's the first time I've seen who get 2 on the same day. We then go into the budget debate, and this will take up most of today and a lot of tomorrow. My understanding is that the government's going to run through till about 9 o'clock tonight, and the budget debate is a series of 10-minute speeches, quite broad in the interpretation of what's allowed to be debated. Some of it will focus on the budget, and no doubt members will stray a little bit away from it. Then 9 o'clock, roughly, the government's going to go into the second reading of the taxation neutralising base erosion and profit shifting bill. Now, this is a bill to try and close some loopholes in the tax law, which has been causing people and especially big companies to avoid tax, and I gather it's getting a degree of support from around the House.